Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Lone Oak Farm. We just started a map on Oregon Springs, and so, or Oregon Springs. Sorry for those of you from Oregon. Here in Ohio, we call it Oregon, like it's spelled. Got a business office upstairs here. It's pretty cool. If only my business office looked this nice and neat. Yeah, so this is a new map that came out maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm always behind the curve on these because I'm just busy and I don't have time to go through every new thing that hits. But this is a really cool map. Obviously, we're in the house we're starting in. Here's my bedroom. It's where the magic happens. And the bathroom where I get clean when I'm all gross from working on the farm. Got a closet. Living room. Everybody's watching Farm Sim. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. One of the things I like is obviously stuff like this. The little details make it nice. You do get stuck on everything. We actually have a garage with a little lawnmower and all kinds of other stuff. And the garage door is open, so you could actually park your Estancia La Pacha or your Lizard Road Rage or your Lizard pickup truck, whatever you want, in the garage. Both doors operate. Heck, you could even get a lawn tractor and park them in here. But, yeah, pretty nice details here. Once again, this really does look like the eastern portion of that far western state, Washington, or Oregon. We'd be talking on this side of the Cascades, on the eastern side of the Cascades, looking out towards the Midwest. The other half of Oregon is more mountainous, and like over by the coast, you know, gets more mountainous. You have Mount St. Helens is still in Washington, but you do have the Cascade Mountain Range as you get closer to the Pacific Ocean, and then you have all that Pacific Ocean beautiful scenery all along down the coast, and you have Astoria, which is where the Goonies was filmed. But this part of the state is all country, and I think it butts up with Idaho, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, it's all real pretty. So here we can go through here. So we have like another office out here. Anyway, all the doors open. It's really cool. I also like the starter equipment they give us. Even though the farm is fairly large and they give us starter equipment, the only complaint that I have is they didn't give us, and of course, you know, it's whatever it is. We've got 2 of these case tractors, the 1455 XLs, but we have 2 of them. And we also have the semi-truck to get started with, which is great. I'm not sure what we do with the semi because I'll have to look around and see what kind of trailers we have. But they've also given us a pair of these harvesters with full kits. So both of the harvesters have both headers. So that's kind of cool because we have the ability to see, you know, or be able to run two harvesters at once. And we can do all the crops that we need to do. So that's kind of neat that they gave us. Even though they're small, we've got 2 of them. So this is going to be a good multiplayer farm. Got all kinds of grass working tools. However, we don't have a bale wrapper and we don't have a bale mover. So I'll talk about that in a second with what they've given us with the farm. That's a little frustrating because you're going to need that stuff, but you'll have to work towards it. Because this farm is heavily based on grass. Do these open? Apparently that doesn't open. So this stuff is all off limits. So if you'll notice the fields, we have these huge fields here. We got 35 and 44 that are planted with grass. And that's why you need, if you had the wrapper and the picker-upper, you could make silage and make some decent money. And if you had 2 people playing, it wouldn't be that bad. But because they've given you enough kit to do 2 people. We've got, you know, the baler, we've got all the grass working tools, and we got 2 of these mowers. So like Mike and I have one on our farm, the FM, whatever this is, the disc bine. I think it's a 7-foot wide, and it windrows it. So we don't really need a windrower, but you can. But we can mow this property pretty quick with those tractors and turn them into silage and make some decent money with silage bales. I think that's probably, if Bugs and I do this map, this is probably what we're going to do. Oh, yeah, we do have the big tipper. Okay, so we have the semi-tipper, so that's cool. So we're going to be able to deliver our grain using the big tipper and the semi-truck. Everything's dirty. We've got the PP20. That is an auger wagon. So when we're harvesting, we can put this out in the field and dump all of the grain into that, and then we could use that to bring it back to the farm so we're not driving a semi-truck out on the fields. And I think the semi they gave us has regular road wheels, so you don't really want to be driving that out into the muck anyway because you'll get stuck. Best way to get a semi-truck is to drive it off-road if it's not set up for aggro wheels. So anyway, the semi, yeah, it's got the regular wheels. So, yep, pretty cool. Looks like we have fertilizer here. I haven't seen seed dispensers. This is our silo system here. You're going to dump stuff in there, and it'll come out somewhere over here. I think there's going to be probably on the back side. Yep, there's this dispenser right there. So that the grain comes back out there. Once again, I don't know where the seed is on this map. We'll figure that out. But got a plow in here. Oh, and one thing I didn't mention when we were walking around in this barn, over here we have our repair bay. So we do have that built-in repair bay. We can get the tractors fixed, upgraded, big tires, all that kind of stuff without having to pay the shop. So parts can come in here and we can do it ourselves. Oh, look, there's a little area up here. Sweet. You can turn the lights. There's lights to turn on and off. This is just for looks, but you can see we've got this going on here, and I can turn the whole thing on off. No. Click. There we go. Shop lights come on. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but we'll click it again. Watch the shop lights. They go off. Yeah, see that? Pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff. But once again, I don't see the seed dispensers. We may not have that. You might have to bring it in. If I'm wrong, mark it in the comments. Because, like I said, I haven't really played on this map. I've walked around it a little bit, but I haven't gotten enough experience on it to know if we have that stuff or not. It'd be nice if we did. But we can also, there's also mods that you can download if you're on the PC. Oh, wait, here's stuff over here. Okay, fuel. Some implements. Baler. No seed. Okay, well, we might have to just truck it in. That sucks, but whatever. Yeah, nothing in there. This is the cow barn. Cool. Nice, it's right next to the farm. Makes having cattle easy. And, of course, we have the house where we started. So that's pretty much the farm. Let's hop in the the helicopter. Whoops. Take off. Launch the drone. Wires. Okay, so anyway, straight ahead we have, this is field number 44. Once again, all grass. There's our house below us. You people all look like little ants. Over here we have our wheat field that's growing. Field number 45. Pretty big field, actually, if you look at it. It goes on for quite a while. And so there's that. And then to the, I guess, north, we have field number, what is that? 35, which is our other field. That is also grass. So these two big fields out here are grass, and then the one underneath us here is wheat. And that's our fields that we start with. And that's, I'm sure, plenty of real estate to keep you busy for a long time. Once again, it does look like, I mean, this kind of looks like, I mean, it even could look like Idaho a little bit. We've got some very distant mountains. But that's what you would see in Oregon on the eastern side of the state. Which is really where all the agriculture kind of takes place anyway. The rest of it's all forest and mountain. So there's a couple big mountains over there. Maybe that's the backside of Mount... No, it wouldn't be Rainier because that's... I don't know. I don't know the mountains in Oregon. I'm not familiar with them. Still a beautiful view, though. And I like the way it's not... It really does look like the scenery that you see there. A couple big mountains. Everything else is very flat. So I'm imagining that's looking east and towards Idaho, and then this way we're looking west towards the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, get a nice bird's eye view up here as we fly over. There's a neighbor's farm. This is an absolutely gorgeous map. People keep raving about it on my channel, saying, oh, you got to play on there, and I'm a little resistant because I've got so many maps going already, but I think Bugs and I are going to move from Norhide to this map, so we are going to have a series on here. She'll be posting them on her channel, but I will also host them onto my channel, so there'll be you'll just follow the playlist and you can watch them from her channel. It'll be good. It'll get her some views and also hopefully get her some subs too. So Yeah, but we'll be doing that starting probably in the next week or two. You guys will start seeing us here. Bugs is super excited about this map, and so I was like, yeah, we could do that, because didn't want to do it on my maps, because once again I have like 5 maps going. I didn't want to start another one. I honestly didn't even want to see this map because I knew it was going to be so good that I'd want to play it. And sure enough, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's so late in the game. That's the hard part. We got so many good maps coming out. We got the Welker Farm, South Mountain Creamery. We've got this. I mean, we've got all these great maps coming out right at the end of FS17. Now, the good news is I would imagine most of these maps will get translated over to FS19 when it comes out. So with all that John Deere equipment coming, we'll have a lot of great American farms to start with. So we'll be able to pop our John Deere tractors on there and go for a run on an American farm on a very American-looking map. These will probably get converted pretty quickly over to FS19. I'm sure people will be chomping at the bit to get them. So there's our BGA plant. And here we have the Agri X. I'm imagining this is probably the big... In fact, we can take a look real quick here at the... It's my kids, sorry. They're outside playing. How many places do we have to sell? Now we got a pretty decent amount of places to sell. But this is the one that's close to the shop. I wanted to bring you over here to the shop so you guys can see our case dealer. So this would definitely be an all-case map. I would be buying case tractors to match what's on the map here. And so here's our case dealer that we're flying right over. And we'll pop down here for a nice bird's eye view of the case dealer. Mannings of Lone Oak, as I smash my drone into the ground. That's cool. They got a big bay here for the repairs. There is a gold nugget challenge. Oh, I forgot to take you into the basement of the house. There is a basement in that house that we were in. It's got a home theater and a bunch of nuggets in the basement. So if you're looking for gold nuggets. A good way of government funding. You pretend like that's your loan coming through. That would be L-O-A-N, not L-O-N-E. But here's Manning's. So let's go ahead. I'm going to fly around a little bit more and show you some of the highlights of the map. You can see here one of the things that we should look at real quick. And man, this does look like Oregon. It's really pretty. Oregon. Oxygen view. This is, I think, an Oxygen David map. So Yellowbam, at South Eustis and Landyville. These are Sim Station. That's funny. These are all supposed to be based. It's based on a real world environment, though. But I mean, just look at this view. Absolutely beautiful. What a map. What does that sign say over there? Let's go see what that says. Is this house for sale? That could be the field for sale thing, though, too. We might have to have for sale signs. Yep, it's for sale. Look at that. That's what you guys know. I do real estate for a living, right? Not real estate, but I do real estate photography. So I'm so used to seeing those for sale signs. I can see one a mile away. Is that realtor going to use me? I better give him a call. All right. So anyway, let's go. I'm going to fly around a little bit. I'll catch up with you in a second once I get to another point of interest, and we will be back. All right. Straight ahead of us here, just a little bit south of the shop, is the sheep farm. And you can see here, I don't know, there's a field, it looks like of some kind of, oh, they are sugar beets. But those buildings right there are the sheep farm. We got a house, a barn, and it looks like a paddock. And you can see there as we get closer, the fence is starting to draw in. There's an enclosed paddock there, so imagine the sheep live in that area. Very nice. Yep, that's it. So there's a gas thing right there, too, if you need gas. But the sheep are going to live in that pen. I'm trying to see, I guess, okay, there's the feeding zone right there. You see the yellow. We have our, where we drop our feed off, or that's probably where we drop the animals off, and I bet you the feed zones are actually inside this building here, so we'll fly in there and take a look. Yep, there's the trough, yep, in the water, so that's where you're going to feed them. Pretty cool stuff, so that's the sheep pen.
Dad, where's the flashlight?
All right, you can see here, just south of the sheep pen, to the, and we'll take a bigger look at the map. Whoops. There's the side of my GoPro. I used to have one of those GoPros. I got a newer one now, but if we look on the map here, you can see where I'm located, just south of Field 25, over on the right side-ish of the map. We're just heading down this main road here. Seems like everything's all together. So we have this. This is where the barn is for selling your silage and your hay bales and all that stuff. You can sell. Well, you can sell them at the BGA too, the silage bales. But if you want to sell straw or hay, you can sell it here at this barn. Once again, that's located. It's a pretty good distance from your house. Unfortunately, you're going to have. I don't see any quick way to get here because it's all woods between here and our barn is directly back there. Behind the barn, you're gonna have to go on the state routes or on follow dirt roads, and it's gonna be quite a trip to get it over here. But that's how it is. So you're gonna be, well, if you want to sell your stuff, you're gonna have to go quite some distance. So that is the sale place for. But at least they gave us ones. A lot of these maps, a lot of times they don't even have one. So you're like, what am I gonna do now? All right, we'll be back. And a little further south down this same road, we have our sell point for wool. And there's also, you can see back there, that steaming pile of manure. That's where you sell your manure if you don't want to use it for fertilizer. I usually use it for fertilizer, but this is the wool pallet shop. I don't see the green button. It's around here somewhere, though, I'm sure. The thing I don't like about this drone is it doesn't yaw like it should, but... Oh, there they are. There's the wool pallets right there. So that's where you sell them right there. See that little yellow spot? So, this is where we bring wool, and we're going to head a little further down route, whatever it is here. And there's the last sale point up ahead. We'll get there in a minute, so we'll be back. And at the very southern end of the map here, we have on the left Lone Wolf Grain. And that's just basically a grain sell facility. You can see the Lone Wolf sign down there. Over to the right here, we have Hollister, and they take both sugar beets and potatoes. They actually have a separate facility for each. That's kind of cool. So we have them separated into two different places. You'll have to look closer as we're flying. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks to me like sugar beets are on the right and potatoes are on the left. Could be wrong, but I think that's what I'm seeing. And you just dump them into those bins, and the bins load them into that building. That's pretty cool, actually. Very, quote-unquote, realistic. Here comes John. And once again, one of the things about this map, as you can see here, we just got a lot of field space, and it's a very beautiful. It's a very pretty map. Yeah, those aren't really roads between the fields, are they? So you're kind of, I guess you have to drive around on those. But once again, there's our farm, and back over there is the barn for selling. In my GoPro, you can kind of see it from here. There's that green barn. That's where we sell the bales. There's not really a straight way to get there, so you have to do some driving. But yeah, just a lot of nice field space here. We've seen a vast majority of the map. We're going to take one more look at the logging facility, the sawmill, and then we will be done with our tour. But definitely a great download. 1 million people are downloading and playing this map. I think it's available on the console and on PC, so it's going to be super popular. It's not violating any of these scripting laws. No stupid airplanes flying around. Skyboxes, something that somebody pointed out. The skybox is absolutely beautiful, and I agree with that. In fact, we can take a look at the sunrise, sunset. I'll speed up to sunset, too, so you can kind of see it once we get done with the tour, so we can kind of watch the skybox change. But it is a very Oregon-looking skybox, too. So I will be right back momentarily. One thing I did fail to mention as we fly here, our farm's over here to our right. And just up the road is the pig farm. Smart idea to not have the pigs next to where you live because pigs stink. So there's the stinky pig barn, and you can take a closer look at it. But I don't really care about the pigs. The pigs are like the worst animals in the game. I don't bother ever with them because they're such a pain to maintain and feed. And it's always a nightmare to keep them. And they're not really worth anything. Even when you sell them, it's kind of like, they don't produce enough to justify the work that you have to go through to keep them, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure they're profitable, but they're a pain in the butt. I just don't bother with them anymore. I think the cows are far more profitable and much easier comparatively. I remember the cow used to be like the hard animal in this game, but now it's the pigs. But anyway, so the sawmill's up ahead. As the crow flies, pretty much straight ahead. We'll get to it in a second here, and we'll take a look. Here we have the final of the big buildings. We have a sawmill. In the back there, you can see that's where you sell your wood chips. And out front here is where you sell your logs. No log train, No fancy tricks. Just come on here, dump the logs in, and they will go into the facility. Doesn't really do anything interactive, but it's cool looking. Definitely looks like an American log mill or lumber mill. You can see the pig farm back there. And then just down the road this way is the shop and the grain. So very nice. Not a huge map, but it's a big map. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. First look at Lone Oak. We will definitely, Bugs and I are going to be on here eventually, maybe in the next week or two. So keep your eyes open, and this will be coming to my channel. But a very, very nicely done map. Simple, but beautiful. And let's go ahead and take a look at that skyboxes. I forgot. Ah!
Wait, you can fly?
I was flying the drone. It's coming down hard. Where did it go? We'll never know. Let's go ahead and fast forward time and watch the sky change.
Wait, is the drone like a mod?
Okay. Ooh, afternoon clouds. Look at that. Ooh, pretty. That's really beautiful. Look at that. Okay.
Is the drone a mod?
Yes, it's a mod,
And
Seth.
Is it kind of like your character is just floating, so when you drop...
Yes, that's correct.
So when you turn it off, you drop out of the sky?
So that's the afternoon skybox. Let's see what the evening skybox is. Probably similar to the morning skybox.
Oh.
Wow, is that pretty? Sunset in Oregon. Sky's on fire. Look at that. That's beautiful. Very nice job they did.
How about yours?
What'd you say, Seth?
I said the sky's on fire. How about yours?
And here comes the night.
That's the way I like it, and I never get bored.
What?
Hey now.
Oops, I got too close to the... Whoa!
Get your game on.
Somehow we ended up in the middle of the night. Not sure what I did there.
Hey now. You're right.
That's pretty, but a little unrealistic looking. It's beautiful out there, but not quite that crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you can see
That's like being
reality.
in outer space. That's
I
pretty,
wanna
though.
watch Star Trek.
That's
Dad.
pretty. You want to watch Star Trek? I don't.
Jerk.
You said you jerk.
Watch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed that first look at the Oregon map, Lone Oak. I think it's a beautiful map. Great job to the author, and definitely going to be looking forward to doing a map farm on this map. Wish it had come out earlier. I would have been here a long time ago. It took so long to get these American maps made, man. The game is almost done with its life cycle, and we're finally getting some really beautiful American maps. But what can you do? Maybe they're starting to care about us more. I don't know. Have a great night, guys. See you next time on Farm Sim. Bye. Thumbs up always help. Subscribe. If you really like what you do, go to my main page by clicking on my name and make a donation to PayPal. That would be great. I'm broke right now. I just had to buy a new keyboard, and I had no money, so it was like... Ugh. But anyway, have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.